Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the George.Daniel podcast. I am your host, George.Daniel, and today we have a special guest with us, maybe a future co-host. We don't know yet. We're working on it. We're testing things out. But before we get started, I do want to give a shout out to Liquid Death. You guys can go get that at www.liquiddeath.com or your local convenience store. Make sure to order those cases. They're fucking fire. But yeah, Matt, how we doing?
I'm good, dude.
Yeah,
chilling, bro.
It's been like 2 weeks since we were last recorded.
It's been a minute, bro.
We had a couple cancellations. No big deal.
Jeez.
But like, we're fucking here. We're still doing the damn thing, which is why we're testing the waters a little bit. Today we have Pedro, aka Kid Sesh. Some of you guys may be familiar with him from our episode, fucking I don't know, like 26 or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro. Chilling. Nice to be here. How you doing?
Big chillin'. I am not gonna lie. I've been drinking since like 1:30. It's been a vibe. But we're out here. We're going to the fucking club later. Go support some homies eating us in Napa. They were also guests, so shout out to them. We're gonna go out to Fuego out in Sunnyvale for their hard summer pre-party. So that's gonna be fucking tight. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I haven't. Oh, speaking of hard summer, what's the last festival you went to?
Dude, mine was Flogno 2019, where
Dude.
Drake got booed.
Oh, dude, that's fucking crazy. Okay, yeah, I think we talked about it in your episode, but dude, it's still fucking insane to me how selfish people are and how ungrateful people are all at the same time. Like, you have at that time. 2019, literally the biggest artist in the fucking world, pull up to the festival that you didn't even know that he was gonna pull up at, and you guys booed him.
I don't think he's ever done it either. So to me, it was kind of funny because I'm just like, dude, people are crazy. Like, dude, like, I mean, they ruined it for everybody and shit. And
it's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, dude, like, beforehand, do you want to shout out your Instagram or anything else?
Oh, yeah, you can find me at Kid_Sesh on, like, Instagram, and, like, I don't really be doing TikTok like that, even though I want to, but I ain't much of a dancer.
I feel it, dude, honestly. Oh, dude, I'm glad you mentioned TikTok. TikTok is, like, been absorbing my life little by little in, like, a weird way where, like, it's changing the way that I, like, think. Now I'm thinking about clips that aren't just like funny clips to me, but like how to create a 40-second moment, turn that into a 12-second moment, and still make it as funny as it was, you know, without all the extra like details and bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's just so crazy. And then also like the whole like I didn't realize that people can go live. Like people go live there often
on TikTok?
On TikTok, yeah.
Dude, I just found that what's that NPG random
the girl
shit
dude, have you seen that girl?
The ones where they like
have you seen her leaks?
No.
Yo, the leaks are crazy.
Oh, that specific chick?
Yeah. She's a content creator. She's a real content creator.
Because there's a couple people that are doing that same thing.
Yeah,
it's a black
about speed and shit.
No, it's the black chick, right?
Yeah, black chick. Yeah.
Her name is like Pinky something.
Yeah.
Pinky
That's one of the first
MPC.
ones I saw.
I don't fucking know, but yeah.
It's just weird. They're like cupcake. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's so crazy, dude.
Yeah, got me feeling like a cowgirl. Yeah. Dude, it's so fucking bizarre to me because at the end of the day, like, right, like, I thought it was really weird when the whole like fidget spinner thing started happening. The little like these little toys where you poke them through one side and then you can poke them on the other side. Little kids are like playing with these things, but I'm like, oh, it's because we have ADHD. Like, there's so many of us who are like, you know, have like these weird quirks, you know, whether that be you actually on the spectrum or you borderline riding the spectrum, you know. But like that's why these characters are like blowing up, and it's fucking crazy to me because like all she's doing is just like, you know, just like moving like a fucking GTA character, and dude, it's so fucking bizarre.
And it depends on like what they're tipping or what they're doing. This is what she says.
That's
right?
the part that
How does it work?
That's the part that tripped me out the most. Was just like apparently like all these like I thought like in Twitch, right? Twitch, you can send gifts and stuff like that. But the gifts are more so like donations, and you know that they're donations. But like on so TikTok, they're like sending galaxies and like putting hats on you, and
you
like
spend your money to buy that shit though. Like I'll buy a fucking like cupcake and I'll send you a cupcake and you gotta eat that motherfucker.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's
But how does she make money off that then?
Because the more viewers she gets, the longer like it's like YouTube, you know, like once you reach 1,000 followers, you can then start going live, and then once you start going live, you can start monetizing, and once you start monetizing, these gifts are the way that you get paid.
Wow.
So let's just say like a rose is $1, right? TikTok is probably going to take 30% of that, and then you get 70% before taxes. But like that's how they make their money. So they're all like, "Oh, like fucking send me this. I'll do this if you give me this," you know, and all this other shit. But it's just that like that way of living, right? Is the same. It's like a quick money grab, right? So like this NPC girl, she created so many other people or other influencers trying to do this fucking thing and trying to blah blah blah, but it doesn't hit the same, you know? It's just copycats, right? Which like is so crazy to me to think that this person is copying something that is not real, you know, and like can monetize her acting like it. You know, like this, and it brought me back to, like, remember those videos where people were like walking as if they were in GTA?
Oh yeah.
And like I was just like, oh my god, like this. She actually like is making money off of it though.
There's that one chick that was like the main chick, right? She
yeah.
Curly, kind of long blonde hair.
Right, and she would just like walk into walls and just keep walking and just do hella crazy shit.
Were kind of weird.
Oh yeah, everyone hated on her, dude. Everyone hated on her.
But we watch them, right? Yeah. We watch them. They always pop up on our feed.
I'm like taking this shit, just like what the fuck.
And yeah, it's so crazy to me. And like I said, it's kind of, like TikTok has been consuming my fucking like world in the sense of like I saw a video of a little person, right, like doing gymnastics, but all they did was put Mario music behind it. So anytime he jumped, it was like, boom, you know. And it's just like, dude, no matter what, that's universal comedy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everyone knows Mario. Everyone loves to see the underdog, you know, like succeed, but also is just like the culmination of like the two, like, regardless, the sound itself is hilarious.
Yeah.
Seeing a little person do anything is hilarious and adorable, you know. Like, you know, like it's just so fucking funny. And so like seeing something like that and then seeing someone like the NPC girl, you know, is just like, I get this one, but I don't get that one. They're both stupid. Don't get me wrong. Like they're like in the sense of like there's no real like thought process. It's just like a funny thing to do. Yeah. The same way that like someone getting hit in the dick is hilarious. You know.
Always jackass.
Yeah, Mark Norman. Did you see him at?
Oh, that shit was so funny. I guess it was Stavros off camera.
Yeah, he threw the Nerf ball right at his nuts.
But that was so funny because they just dumped the cold water on him, and he was like going through that, like, you know, that like involuntary thing where you're just freaking out.
Yeah.
So he had no chance to like cover and just got hit right in the dick.
Also, I was thinking about this also. I also just recently watched a podcast where it's just like your survival instincts, right? That's why the cold plunge is really good for you because it's just like life or like your body goes into like survival mode, right? So like I was thinking about that specific moment with Mark Norman where he got dunked by ice cold water, right? So in that moment, your body just goes into survival mode. Your balls go deep into your stomach because it's like you got to protect like the next generation. Like that's where it goes. And then for you to get hit on the dick like right after that, like probably psychologically brought him back to some weird like primal moment where like he had to sit out for like 30 minutes, you know, like you're just sitting there like
you could tell, dude, he was in pain.
Yeah,
he hit the floor hell hard.
He was talking about it on his podcast, We Might Be Drunk with Sam Morril. And like it was just funny to hear how like he explained that moment. He was like, we were having fun, I went down the slip and slide, and bam, like all this shit happened. But yeah, life comes at you quick.
That's fucking
Speaking of life coming at you quick, oh my god, that just reminded me, dude. Okay, so I got the munchies a little bit. Went to Jack in the Box. I was going 48 on Via, right? You know Via, on like in Mountain View, or not Via, Shoreline. That would be crazy if I was going on Via.
I was like, damn, speed bumps though. I'm like,
that would be insane. Air. That would be crazy. On Shoreline, right before, like right in front of the fire station, I get pulled over. The cop is just like, you know what the speed limit is? I'm like 40, 45, and he's like, it's 40. You were going 48. And I was like, come on, bro. Like, you know, like, what are we doing here? Right? So, like,
bored.
It was also 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but as I'm handing him my license, my registration, all that shit, fucking, like always, it's me, this one cop, and we're the only ones on the road. This random car that we can hear from like close to like El Camino. You know, we can hear him coming. And like I can almost see him in like, you know, anticipation. Like, I'm going to drop everything and get this guy. But this guy, like, I don't know if he lost control, got nervous because of the cop, X, Y, and Z. You should have seen his lights. We're the only 2 people on the road, blah, blah, blah. But like on Shoreline, right before you get onto Via to get on the bridge, he flips his car in the median.
What the fuck?
It flips his car, and I was just like, and like the cop just like looks at we both look at the fucking accident. He looks at me, looks back at the accident, and he's like, you got so lucky, and then just hands me my shit. And I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, dude,
that's fucking crazy, dude.
Insane, dude.
Holy
like, literally,
shit.
like I was
blessed.
I was obviously puckered up. My fucking butthole was tight, you know. But like, literally, like he was just like, you got so lucky. Hands me all my shit back, and then in shock, I was just like there, you know, for like an extra like 15, like 30 seconds, you know. Well, like just in shock. He literally handed me my shit, sprinted to his car, and then popped a Yui. Because it was right there. Yeah. It was literally right next to us, you know? And then, like, I was just, like, sitting there, and I'm like, oh, my God. But I'm like, and then I started thinking, I'm like, the police station's right there. I need to get the fuck out of here before, like, his homies come, and then he's like, oh, actually, stop that car. He was speeding. You know, and I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I gotta go home.
Did you go to Jack?
No, I already had my Jack. Dude, the lie that I gave him was so fucking funny. He was like, where are you coming from? And I was like, I just got a little hungry, so I went to Jack in the Box. And he's just like, have you been drinking today? And I'm like, no, like blah blah blah. And he's just like, he's like, so like, where are you coming from? And I was like, I'm like, do you want me to be honest? And he's like, he just looks at me like, yeah, you know. And I was like, like. I started talking to this girl, and then I went over to her house, and then now I'm coming back. And then he just looks at me. He was just like, nice. like he didn't say nice, but like his eyes said it for sure, you know. And it was just like I think that like kind of like eased the situation, because he was coming at me kind of hot at first. I'm like, dude, like relax a little bit. Chill. I was going 48 at 3 o'clock. No one's here. Yeah. That guy was going like 70, and he fucking crashed his car, you know.
Damn, that sucks, dude.
But yeah, shout out to anyone in Mountain View fucking driving a Hellcat. It's because you saved my life.
Yeah, hopefully you straight though.
Yeah. He's got some. Yeah, they got some things coming up. Some court dates. Some classes that they need to take. Oh yeah. But also speaking of like debauchery, right? My boy Fabian. Shout out Fabian, aka Disc. He's getting married in November, but on the 25th we're going to Vegas.
August.
Yeah, it's my first time going to Vegas as like a 20-something-year-old who can gamble and can drink and go to strip clubs and shit. So like,
really,
this is my first time. I went, dude. The only time I went to Vegas.
Oh, because it was EDC and you guys weren't 21 yet.
I didn't even go to that. I've never even Christian went to EDC.
Oh. You were just in the hotel.
No, I've never gone to Vegas outside of like when I'm going like later on in the month, and then when I was 13. It was Thanksgiving weekend. My birthday is like usually the next day after Thanksgiving. And then, so we were there. I was turning 13 and we were visiting my dad's side of the family or whatever. And like, it was just the worst birthday a 13-year-old can have. You know, like we're walking down the strip and it's fun and all this shit. We got to ride on rides and it's just like, that's cool. But we could have gone to Great America, you know?
Yeah.
Like we could have done all that shit, you know? And like, I understand that it it was still for Thanksgiving. It wasn't. We weren't there for my birthday, and I understand that. Which also is something that I need to talk to my therapist about.
Oh shit, it's his birthday.
Yeah. It's always like, oh shit, let's do something, you know. But fucking, we were there, and then like. They were getting hella salty at me for like always picking up the cards that are on the floor. They're just trading cards.
Oh,
like I'm not gonna call anyone. They're just trading cards. You know, like
collecting them all.
Dude, like we're trying to see who's got the best one. You know, this one's rare. Got the gold rim around it. It's a little crusty, but it's.
Damn.
But yeah, dude, it's my first time going, and I'm excited as fuck. Like genuinely, I have like $1,000 like set aside just to like lose, right? Just to like gamble, just to like play with.
You guys
whatever.
got like shit planned, like.
I'm flying Frontier, so that tells you how much I'm planning. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, hopefully we get there. It's a 45-minute flight from SFO, so like it's not. It should be as bad as like my worst Uber. That's what I'm expecting.
Vegas.
No, flying Frontier to Vegas.
Oh. What is Frontier? Is that supposed to be like
Frontier is like, you know, people
like
give it shit,
kinda?
like Spirit, like, you know, like
I never heard of it.
Yeah, I never flew on that shit, so
yeah. So this is my first time, and like, and it was the cheapest available option at a great price, at a great time, and all this
That's
shit.
good. You're fine, dude. You're
smart.
You don't need hell space.
That's the thing. I'm not tripping, but yeah, dude, it's gonna be like 11 of us.
Oh, that's
damn, that's really deep.
Yeah, we're rolling deep.
That's hella fun.
All dudes.
That's gonna be crazy. You guys
it's gonna be fucking insane. I
Someone's
know. At some
arrested.
point, like the groups are obviously gonna split up and everything. But like, I just want to see. Dude. I'm just ready to just like be on complete demon time. Just full goblin mode. Just not giving a fuck. Just. Give me this, give me that, fucking, let's go, fucking play some blackjack.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to play blackjack.
Don't expect the text back from Danny.
Blackjack is
apparently one of the easiest games in like to win is the roulette. Because you just go do colors. You can do like put your chips in between numbers, so you can get multiple numbers. You can
come back.
Pick, and then you always win something. Apparently, just by
that's what I was telling my boys. I was like, if 4 of us, right, just like put. 2 of us go on red or black, right? We all put 100, you know.
Yeah. And then you just get a little more specific, like maybe.
And start just kind of doing it like that. I'm like, dude, our dinner is paid. You know, maybe our bottle is paid for the club or whatever. I don't know I don't even know the
it's your first time, dude. Every time someone goes to Vegas for the first time, they win big. I feel like they do. Because my first time in Vegas, I won fat. And then my second time, I fucking
hope
lost.
so, man.
So I'm hoping.
I need that shit, dude.
I'm hoping that you get. Because my friend, too, his first time in Vegas, he won hella fat. The second time, he lost a bunch of money.
The only time I gambled, I lost everything.
I play blackjack,
but I only brought like $200, and we were playing slots. You know, so with slots, it's super easy to like kind of like lose track of your winnings.
Sit there.
You're just like there, and then you're just like, oh, just fucking keep. You know, I don't win until you win big. Is with slots. You know, but yeah, that it's gonna be so much fucking fun. I think, like, I know someone who works at Tao, the like nightclub over there or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, I'm trying to see if. You know, we can get a little something, even just like a little discount on a bottle or something. Like, don't fucking like, you're gonna tax us, which is fine, you know. But like, don't fucking charge us $500 for a bottle, you know, for Ciroc or some bullshit. You know, like what the fuck?
I had Ciroc
yeah, like, yeah, it's always like shitty shit.
Is that Ciroc's Diddy brand? Isn't that Diddy's brand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, you know, the only rock we promote here is The Rock. Shout out to Terramana. That's the guy. Shout out to Dwayne, the boy, dude. He's got the healthiest fucking tequila for sure.
It's crazy.
Shit's good. I fuck with that.
I fuck with it tough. Like, almost like too much.
He's been fucking with it since 1 p.m. today.
Nah. We started off with a beer, a little burger. Then we went home, had another beer.
It's actually kind of expensive. Not like kind of expensive, but it's like a nice like upper one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like at Safeway. If you got a little Safeway membership, it's like $35.
Yeah.
So it's not like awful, you know. But it's the same price as like what Tito's would be without.
Smooth.
Yeah. I don't know. I fuck with it. Shout out to The Rock. He's out here trying to be like super healthy and everything too. So there's not a lot of like chemicals and shit.
Yeah.
Unlike like Kylie and George.
I ain't never tried that shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I've tried that either.
818.
Is that what it is?
I don't even know.
Yeah. That's just kind of like the bottle even just looks mid. So yeah, if you're gonna buy from American, let it be a brown person. So shout out to The Rock. But speaking of The Rock, I don't know why that reminded me of like a little bit of dude, it reminded me of Jay-Z for some like obvious reasons for like The Rock. Shout out, shout out La Familia. But I was watching this interview. Fuck, I forgot who was on the interview, and they were talking about Jay-Z's new hairdo. And they were like, he's just trying to be that gay artist, that 80s artist. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? He's like, he's just trying to be Basquiat or whatever. And like all this shit. He's like, that's all he's trying to do. He's like, you ain't like, do you know Murs? The rapper?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you ain't no Murs, you ain't no fucking, he's like, you like, stop doing that shit and all, like, I was like, haters. Like, dude, haters gonna hate regardless of what you do. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
that's just crazy.
If you're funny about it, though, you get a pass.
Oh, for sure. If you're funny about anything, you can get a pass. Yeah. I don't know if it's funny, the things that I say sometimes, though. Sometimes they're just, like, a little crazy, and people are, like, sometimes giggle, or sometimes they're like, like, why'd you say that?
I would just laugh anyways.
Yeah, out of awkwardness. But yeah, fucking. Oh, speaking of awkwardness, did you fucking see Barbie or Oppenheimer?
Nah.
No.
I actually want to go see Indiana Jones yesterday though, but that shit was ass.
I heard it was so ass, and it like they spent like $200+ million on that movie, and like made maybe like $80 million on it.
Was it just like boring?
Dude, well, to be fair, I fucking passed out.
See,
so
like,
that kind of says something.
That says something.
But, what's it called? Like, the opening, like, fucking 30 minutes is, like, CGI. Like, and they're trying to do, like, a young Harrison Ford. And I'm just like, is this shit, like, Uncharted or what the fuck am I watching?
They tried to do what they did with The Irishman.
Yeah.
But with The Irishman, they only did, like, maybe, like, 10 years. Like younger,
yeah.
But Indiana Jones, they tried to like make him like 30, right?
Like once they showed the real life, I was like, damn, what the fuck?
Like Star Wars Han Solo age, like
yeah, bro.
Wow,
like
that's too much.
It just looks off, right? Like, yeah. And
that was the issue with the Flash too. Everyone said that the CGI was trash, and it was just like.
But everyone puts up with fucking dumbass Marvel and their whole MODOK fucking
that's true. Actually, that was kind of dumb
George
too.
Lopez looking ass. Fucking
who from Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah, that's what MODOK looked like. He just looked like fucking George Lopez from Shark Boy and Lava Girl, dude. Like just stretched out, fucking, like it just didn't look good, but like it was still an okay movie. I actually liked Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was cool. I liked it.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah,
I like Marvel movies knowing when they're like bad. Then I can watch them and be like, oh, it was bad, but it's also there's good parts. So and then like like set a low standard. So and then I come out like. Fishing for compliments. Yeah.
Dude, for me, it's honestly been hard to get into Marvel movies since Iron Man died, dude. Like, that fool was the shit. Iron Man was the shit. Like, I never thought I wanted to be Iron Man as a kid until like the Iron Man movies came out. And I'm like, fuck, dude, this dude's he gets bitches. Yeah. He got money, and he's got a cool ass fucking robot suit.
And he can stay in like his dope ass suits and shit under his Iron Man suit.
You think Iron Man fucks with his suit on?
I mean,
bruh,
probably.
If she freaky with it,
yo,
he's got extra thrust and shit.
Yeah, hit him with the real jackhammer.
Yeah. he probably don't even got a thrust. That's what he
does it for him.
Dude, that's fucking crazy, dude. Shout out Iron Man, you fucking pipe god.
Iron Man for show whips the pussy.
For sure, fucking. Oh, dude.
I mean, if you could be a superhero, who would you want to be?
Truthfully, I would want to be Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's sick, though.
Yeah, but also it's because Spider-Man has a good story in the multiverse where you're like, I can be Spider-Man. You can be like any Spider-Man, It's just like my version of the Spider-Man, versus like how we think of the Hulk, right? The Hulk is fucking dumbass. What's his face?
Ruffalo?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo. Yeah, that's all I think of. No matter what, even from Incredible Hulk, Like I forget who the actor was for Incredible Hulk.
For Edward Norton.
Yeah, I
love Edward Norton. I was so sad when they recasted him, but Mark Ruffalo was cool too. But
Yeah,
he went fucking ape shit on him, huh?
yeah, he got mad about it. He was pretty pissed about it.
Did you hear the theory about the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
Nah.
Because you know how it's
Rocket.
no, the director something green. The
director of the Guardians?
Mhm.
Wasn't it James Gunn?
James Gunn, not green.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, James Gunn, right? That's his last movie with Marvel.
Yeah, he's going to
But
DC. He's
wait-
going to be the Kevin Feige of DC. Bro.
Right. So like what he did for that movie, they at least what I still haven't watched it, so take this with a grain of salt,
same.
you know.
I have to watch it.
But what they say is that he was kind of representing himself through Rocket, and Marvel was the god person who created Rocket.
I heard that too. That's hella crazy.
Yeah.
I did hear this theory.
So like it was this,
and I think he did do that intentionally. I think.
right? So like it was this thing where he was like in the movie, I guess like there's a guy who creates who's trying to create like a perfect creature, right? A living creature,
Like a perfect world.
Yeah.
Like full of the perfect creature too. Yeah, it's pretty
So-
crazy. I forget his name. The
yeah, the
creator or something like
the
that.
creator. I think it is
Something
the
like that.
creator.
It's something
Yeah.
simple
Shout out to
where
Tyler.
it's like- Yeah, I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then so like the creator is Marvel, quote unquote, right? And then the fact like in the story, right? He creates Rocket, and then he's like, I can make something better than you by myself, not knowing that it was the thing. Like he's the thing that made Marvel like popular, you know, like heartfelt, funny, action packed. Like he was that guy. He's the one who did like Thor, right? The first Thor, and things like that.
He's worked with DC too, though, didn't he?
He's the
newest. What's it called? Suicide Squad.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
does
That was him.
Suicide
That
Squad,
shit was
yep.
that shit was funny.
Yeah.
I think my mom watched that.
And then
probably
have you-
should have picked a different movie. But
Have you
that shit
seen
was
the
dope.
Peacemaker show
Yeah, on HBO,
with
right?
John Cena?
Yeah.
That's him. Too.
That's him too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope.
Yeah.
I
So
like
like
his style.
in the movie, like the creator, right, is trying to like he kicks out Rocket and was just like you're not shit. And
He's
then,
basically I guess there's like he's trying to create the perfect animal or the perfect creature, and then I guess Rocket figures it out. But he's like, how could something that I created figure out something that I couldn't figure out? So it's basically saying that, damn, your own creation is better than you now. So
Yeah.
that's where it's kind of saying like Marvel did bring him in, but now he's better and can create better without Marvel.
dude, that storyline
It's pretty crazy.
Could be like
can be-
for a lot of things,
a
like
lot of things.
parenting for new generational things.
Dude, the movie was
like-
actually really good. The
That's what I heard. I really want to see it, but I don't want to
really
cry.
Yeah,
It's
was gonna
super
say, I wanna
emotional,
cry.
but it's
Fuck
like
that.
really good though.
Yeah,
my
no,
homie
it's definitely
said
something
they
I want to
cried.
see. But yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. How did we get into this topic? Fucking Barbie and Oppenheimer, right?
You saw him?
No, fuck no. But
3 hours, bro. I can't,
dude,
dog.
and then
I heard it was good though. Like
I heard it was good. I heard it
Sure.
was like
so
not
is
as good
the
as everyone
Bible,
thought.
and I'm not gonna
though.
read that shit. Like nah.
Barbie, I heard was actually really good though.
That's what I heard. Oh, okay. I have two things with Barbie, right? Barbie, in itself, right, is I think Mattel, the company that makes Barbie, is trying to do what Legos did with the Lego movie franchise. And the cool thing about Barbie is that she's kind of replaceable. Like she's any
yeah, you can pick a
pretty
different
person
character,
essentially,
yeah.
you know. But the only difference is there's how many storylines can you do with Barbie comparative to Legos, because Legos has like Marvel has this, has that, like they can play around with different, you know, like things. Barbie is just the Barbie world.
Yeah.
Unless they want to Toy Story it up and like, you know, bring little Bo Peep and shit like that. But then it would be corny, right?
Yeah.
Like a live action Toy Story seems whack.
Yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah. But also like Barbie, I also maybe read a little too much into it, but Barbie, their budget was $145 million. And then on opening weekend, they made $155 million. But with Christmas rolling around, you know Mattel's going to fucking sell Barbies for $80 each now. because it's such a high demand.
Dude,
and
I guarantee the old Barbies are getting back in the scene now. Everyone's starting to trade and collect those now.
They're gonna make Ryan Gosling Kens. They're gonna make fucking Margot Robbie Barbies, like all this shit, and
it's gonna be all in the merch. They're gonna make hella money.
And from what I hear from like the inside world, I guess, is they're gonna they're doing what Fortnite and like all these other gaming companies do with like skins. Like, instead of selling you the full Barbie with all its like gear and everything, they're gonna sell you the Barbie and the gear on its side. So it's just like, dude, they're fucking gonna squeeze out
outfits and shit.
Yeah,
but see, I guess that's how they can kind of keep doing the adventure. Like, they can keep sending Barbie on weird adventures. They can be Barbie, at sea, or Barbie Safari, or Barbie. So then she goes off and does some crazy adventure, or goes on some, they can do stuff, but it's not as crazy as Lego. Lego has just so much they can just go on.
Well, honestly, I think the Barbie movies that are already like. My sister watched hella Barbie movies growing up, and that's all it is, dude. She's just like tea party, or fucking on a safari, like.
But that's on some
real life movie. That'd be kind of hard, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's on some real like kid shit, right?
On some creative ass shit.
Because like this movie worked from what I hear. Because it hit everything, right? They had the brats in school, like they had a little cameo. Literally,
the brats,
like the mean girls in the movie.
Oh, I do mean like
the brats. They're the 4 original brats
That's
with
hilarious.
all the original names.
That's
that's like Mattel, like shooting their shots, like fucking, that's like when Marvel makes fun of DC or some shit, or vice versa. It's just like, oh, dude, when worlds collide, I love that. Like that moment is sick.
That's cool.
But it's just like so funny to see on Twitter and like on the internet, like all these girls like, supporting and being like, oh, this is a fucking, blah, blah, blah. Like, we're going to wear pink and all.
Yeah, I was going to say, hella motherfuckers wearing pink. I was like, shit.
Which is cool. And it's awesome. And like, I'm glad that there was a movie that kind of unified, there
was already a movie though, Mean Girls.
But I think this was in some ways like, I also, 1, haven't seen it, but 2, haven't really talked to that many females about it, where, like, it could be the new Mean Girls. Like, I don't think Mean Girls, like, skyrocketed to popularity immediately. I think it became a cult classic as it went on.
Cult classic, yeah.
Like, I know 60% of the words. Like, and that's just from me watching the movie with, like, even just by myself, Like, I'll watch Mean Girls. Like, that movie's fucking hilarious. But like, yeah, and then to bring it back to like Oppenheimer, right? Like that's like the complete opposite side, of the coin, where it's like you need to do maybe some research, but you already went through school for the most part, and like like should know what happened, right? You like there's no spoilers in that movie.
Yeah, we all know it's gonna be the big event.
Like it's not like all of a sudden fucking it didn't happen, It's like no, that should happen, and it was super impactful and all this shit.
People said it was kind of
a lot.
That scene.
But I'm wondering, did Oppenheimer do the same? Oh, this is gonna be weird. This is a weird question. Did Oppenheimer do the same for Japanese, like the boy with the striped pajamas did for Jewish people?
I don't know.
Did you ever watch? Did you ever read it or watch?
I watched that movie. Yeah. It was crazy.
I didn't watch it. My family watched it.
It's a sad ass movie. It has its moments where it's lighthearted and you're like, oh, he's gonna make it, and then yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. Let's just say both parties got cooked, and just
jeez.
Shit was wild, dude.
But
yeah, I watched it once and I was scarred.
Dude, like, no. I watched it in high school. Obviously, I think we watched it in like sophomore year or something like that. But dude, it is such a sad movie. And you like, I don't know if I once again I haven't watched Oppenheimer, so I don't know if we get like the Japanese perspective. I want to see that movie. Like,
I haven't heard many people talk about that perspective, but it might be in there.
Yeah, at least from what I hear, anyways, is that like Japanese people really try to like suppress that part of.
They didn't even want it released over there, right?
I don't think it did.
Yeah, I don't think it did. It's kind of fucked up.
I mean, kind of. I think for them, that's like their like protest to like you're not gonna get our dollars, you know, like, which is fair, you know. Like,
I feel like it's a little bit poking the bear a little bit. Well, I don't know if they're the bear, but I feel like that's just it's like could piss them off, and then they all of a sudden start some conflict with us. And I feel like if we would have made a North Korea movie, we've been at war, right? Remember
the interview?
They threatened if it got released.
They got
in
it.
theater.
They hacked Sony. Yeah. They hacked it.
Yeah.
Like, they did that shit. Like, if they really, I mean, don't get me wrong. If the Japanese wanted to fucking get that movie, like, out of here, they probably could have.
Yeah.
They're fucking smart human beings over there.
They were just like, we don't want it over here, but go ahead and do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Are you guys gonna watch Oppenheimer? Or?
I'm gonna watch both, but
I'm just gonna wait until it's on streamers.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I need to
just wait until.
Dude, I still need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Mario. I threw that on today, and then the fucking chick that I was with fucking hated
Peacock?
it. Yeah.
It's on Peacock right now, right? Yeah. She didn't like Mario?
Yeah. This is not the vibe right now. And I'm like, but we're not fucking. Like, I'm trying to watch this shit.
Barbie ain't on Peacock, bitch.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? So then we started watching Insecure, which tells you a lot about the person I'm fucking. But yeah, dude, like, it's just so weird. It's weird to see. I don't know. To me, I've like these events that happen, meaning like movies and like when certain albums drop, right? Like when the Taylor Swift concert tour, right? Like, I have a couple homies who went to the Taylor Swift show in Levi's.
Paid like 2 G's or what?
But they bought them early.
Oh, okay.
They're like true Swifties, I guess, you know. But they bought them for like $300, and I was just like, dude, you could have sold. I was like, dude, you could have sold that shit for like, I was like, you could have tripled your money.
Yeah,
easily. Even though they were like nosebleeds.
Oh, it doesn't matter,
you know?
Dude. Honestly, you can't, like, for a live performance, so if, like, it's one of your favorite artists, you can't really put a price on
dude,
that.
you see the girls at the concert, bro? They're, like, crying when it's over, dude. When it's their last song, it's over, they're in the crowd. You just turn it over, someone pans over to the crowd, and girls are crying because they're like, oh, my God.
Dude, she played, like, 40 songs?
Yeah, she played shit. It's a long-ass concert,
3 hours, dude.
That's fucking...
And they're still crying when it's over, dog.
She played, like, songs from every single album.
That's sick.
So, like, I was talking to my coworker who went, and she was just saying, like, oh, like... It was. I forgot how many songs she had. You know what I mean? Like,
how many like actual hits, dude, right?
Because like she has a lot of songs. Her Spotify right now, her top songs, we know all of them, right? Like, and me and you.
That's what's hella funny because like someone was like, I don't even know Taylor Swift song. I looked at them like, you fucking do. And I started like naming some of them, singing little things like, oh, I know that one. Oh, I know that one. I was like, dude, like, what are you talking about?
One of my favorite memories,
Trouble.
One of my favorite memories was when we went to Graham, like. After, like, during PE when we were changing, the entire boys' locker room started singing Taylor Swift.
And that's
Love Story. Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it, dude. The entire a boys' locker room, dog.
No, like, but like word for word, screaming it as if we got our hearts broken.
Shout out Sergio. That fool.
Sergio was the
big
he was Taylor. He was.
And we ain't talking Telly gang.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is to go into the comments of like a mean comment on Taylor or like a mean meme on her, and just go into the comments and watching all the Swifties just fucking wreck fools, dude.
Yeah,
just wreck fools because they're just like, how dare you, and like she just like start posting about all her credentials and her hits, and there's like, you don't even know what good music is. I was just like, damn, dog.
Like, don't get me wrong, like, I think it's obviously not Taylor Swift, right? With all these like these tickets being so overpriced and everything. You know, she set them at a certain price, and all of a sudden they're scalpers and blah blah blah.
They can't help
Third party, blah blah blah. This shit. So I understand. But at the end of the day, like I respect the fact that she like. To bring it back to Jay-Z, right? She fucking bought her masters, remixed her own
just
shit,
about to say
and
that
then
shit.
fucking put it back out. You know, like
so
there's
she
like
can
little
own
things
it.
that are different. You know,
No,
and
she's for sure like a game changer.
it's like that to me, like especially with an artist like that. You know, it's like I think it's gonna impact the game more, and by game I mean like culture wise, like. Black and brown folk don't really get the whole Taylor Swift thing per se, but like if Rihanna were to do that, everyone would be like, yes, bitch, like all this shit, like blah blah blah, you know, and like oh yeah, she's finally gonna do it, like you know, and seeing like the flip side, just because Taylor's just like this little white girl, you know, who's a fucking genius, like
she makes money off just like singing about her exes and shit, and just like,
and not for nothing, dude. This chick's fucking diabolical, you know, like she was at the MTV Awards and then she was just like accepting an award for a song that she wrote about her ex, and her ex at the time was like, I think one of the like One Direction guys or something like that, and she was just like, oh, thank you guys for supporting the song, and shout out to the guy who made me write this song, and like they pan over to one of the guys, and like even their boy was just like yo,
yeah, I'm gonna do him like that, dude.
Like, dude, that's some diabolical shit.
She's like the female Future.
Kinda, yeah. Like, just talking about every bad bitch she had, you know? Like, dude, like, for real, it's not like she didn't have, like, she doesn't have a roster, you know?
Yeah,
like, if you look at her roster, like,
she got an all-star team.
Yeah, she got,
and
like...
that's probably just what we've seen. You know, she's got, like,
for sure. But she's putting up, like, Pete Davidson numbers. Yeah. You know, like, like, goddamn real ballers. Like, that's just crazy to me. Oh, man, yeah. But speaking of, like, ballers and, like, A-list celebrities, someone who I think is kind of, like, dwindling down a little bit musically anyways, he's still on the scene, he's fucking killing it, he's still fucking one, if not the greatest artist of our generation, one of, or the greatest, is Drake, right? Drake is now doing like podcasts, he's doing all these other things. He wrote a book that was almost like a fucking gag, right?
He wrote a book?
You read it?
No, but I saw it on the interview. You know, like, it's literally like...
Oh, you talking about that to promote the album?
Like, he has a blue book. He has like this blue book with just like one-liners.
Oh.
Where she's like, is this stupid shit? Like, she ain't willing to hit the team, then she ain't for the team, or like just stupid shit like that. You know, just like dumb little quotables from his songs and shit.
It's a Drake Bible. You see these guys in the future.
But it's literally like maybe at most 12 words per page.
Yeah, I mean, that just speaks to his...
It's got pictures, though?
No pictures, just the words, dude.
They don't even got pictures? I ain't buying that
shit. Yeah. Like, give me something. At least, like, fucking give me a tour of your fucking mansion, you know? Or the estate.
He didn't need to make it a whole book. He could have made it a little, like, pop book. It was little one-liners. Wasting all these paper out here, Drake.
Yeah, but, I mean, don't get me wrong. He probably got paid.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Know? We're just hating.
Like, just to write a sentence per page? Like, that's crazy also.
I guarantee, like, he didn't even do it. I guarantee someone from his team's like, this would be a good idea. I can get some of your best. I can get some of your best quotes together, like, and he's just like, yeah, verified it looks good, boom, and made millions off it.
Dude, I bet if you ask like Chat, or what's his name, Chat
GPT,
yeah, fucking be like, hey, give me Drake's most quotable quotes. That's the entire book.
Yeah. in like 30 seconds.
That's fucking 30 seconds. Insane. But with the podcast that he did, right? He did it with Bobby. Yeah. I almost 100% guarantee you she's like the first podcast industry plant. Like, this chick came out of nowhere. She's 25. Like, she's mad young.
I don't understand where she's getting all these like highly talented people to just like come and just do her interview like that, I guess. But was she a big influence before?
I think she had a handful. She had like 20 some odd thousand followers or something.
It's not even that big to get like Drake, dog. And like
she's not putting Drake numbers, but I also don't think that someone like when Lil Baby and Drake had that feature, or when Lil Baby got Drake to feature him, like that's when he skyrocketed, right? Yeah. So I think he just put the Drake stamp on this chick, and then now she's gone. Right?
Oh yeah, dude. Because when she was first initially interviewing, they were kind of clippable and they were kind of funny, but most people were just like, "Fuck this." As soon as all these Drake clips started coming out, all of a sudden everyone's like, "Oh, she's actually kind of funny. I kind of get her humor now." And all of a sudden now everyone's starting.
Well, that low key happened with Drewski. Drewski was funny all along, but like once he linked up with Drake, it was kind of like, I mean, this motherfucker on like Google phone commercials now and shit.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, what the fuck?
He's on fucking
good for him. Like, good for him and shit. Yeah. Like, I'm just like, holy shit. I guess this internet shit's really like.
I mean, yeah, it's a way to kind of like fucking pop, like, you know. But it's just crazy. It's just I don't know. It's just crazy to me because for me, from what I hear, right, if you're a club owner and you want Drake to pull up, it has to be a hefty bag. Right?
Well, yeah.
And he's just doing a walkthrough, like just showing face, hey, what's up? Gonna hang out here for like 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna dip out.
Yeah, he don't really pop out like that.
Because no one can afford it. No one can afford it.
Like, even like festivals, that's why that whole vlog and that shit's always crazy to me, because I'm like, bro, he don't pop out anywhere. He just does like his OVO fest.
Right.
And then that's like it.
And like that's why the whole like interview thing was so crazy. I think in like the for culture, quote unquote, was because like you don't really hear him like be silly or just like be himself, you know. And also I think low key I think he kind of like swinging on both sides, if that makes sense. Anyone?
Drake?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But like it's just like so funny to see him like kind of like interact like when he like she was just like, are you hitting on me? And he just looks at her and he was like, I get it. Or what did he say?
I did it.
I'd hit it. Yeah. It was like, dude.
She got all mad because he said
dude,
it.
You're a dog. Oh, man. That shit was hella funny. And then she did one with Lil Yachty, and the newest one was with Mark Cuban or some shit like that.
Oh, I haven't seen that one, but I've seen the Yachty stuff.
She got a show. She got a team.
You're paying for guests, you know? And if you want me to pay you, show me your stats. Let me see how many fucking podcasts you've been, so I know how, like, you know?
Guarantees you're gonna post a fucking clip, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking something, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, it's just been kind of, I don't know, it's been kind of crazy. Like I mentioned earlier, like we didn't post last week. I'm kind of like spiraling a little bit mentally, which, you know, I hope you guys love and support me either way. But we out here acting crazy, fucking demon mode, demon time, and yeah, like I've just been working hella. Planning everything. We have an Outside Lands pre-party or after party all 3 nights also. So shout out to Fabian in the city.
Sick.
Yeah. So we're going to be doing all that, and that's going to be
Okay.
so much fun. So I've just kind of like finding music and doing all that. So kind of keeping a low profile. But yeah, and like I the only reason why I mentioned Drake being like kind of playing the both sides is because in Malaysia they have like strict laws apparently of like showing affection between the same genders and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then this band from 1975, they recently had a concert there, or they were at a festival, and their lead singer and their bass guitarist just like full on like made out, right? There's nothing wrong with that, you know, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But it was just like the response of a government being like, you guys are banned from our country now.
That's crazy.
That part is insane. Like it's like Tyler, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Didn't he get banned from like England?
Yeah, he got banned from England, but he's allowed back now.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like it's crazy to me, like, especially being here from the Bay Area, like real homophobia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like some of us joke about it, but we accept it. It's, you know, but it's still just it's still fun, you know.
Yeah.
2 years ago it didn't make sense, maybe, you know, or like it didn't click the same way.
Yeah.
But now everyone's just kind of chilling. Like I know cholos who fucking, you know, maybe did a couple tabs of a couple tabs of acid and fucking all of a sudden started being a little different. Yeah. I also know a couple homeboys who fucking went to jail and came back a little, you know, like, and that wasn't like, that was like a little like 09, 08 type shit, you know. But yeah, dude, it was just fucking crazy. It's just crazy to think that, like, to me the whole like homophobia thing is just so, that to me is gay. Like you're saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I don't mean it like in a bad way. I mean like that's like like who like not like you're like
who?
Why you're like why you being a little who, you know, like.
Do you think they did that on purpose then, to like maybe like, you know, be like, yo, we stand for all.
Oh, for sure. No, that's what they said during the concert. Like they
Okay.
did that shit on purpose. Because like
Well,
he had
shit.
like a mini little monologue in between songs, and he was like, I think what you guys are doing and your government, and it's not really you guys, but like your government and all this other shit is implementing is like hella gay. And then
I mean,
like
shit.
and then like the next song or two over, he like
That's
made out
what-
with his boy, which is cool. Like, yeah, kiss your boys on the mouth, dude.
Yeah, that's-
Show him you
I
love
mean,
him, dude.
That's worth getting
2024. Kiss your boys on the mouth. You
Damn,
won't.
that's commitment.
That's worth
dog.
getting banned for.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
but
fuck,
also
crazy.
if you think about it, right? This is gonna sound fucked up. Malaysia's not a big country, okay? It's not a population-wise, numbers-wise, it's not a big country. You can lose that block.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You can lose that block and then all of a sudden gain people in Thailand, gain people
Yeah.
fans, right? Like you gotta like pick your battles type shit.
Plus, you probably got the bag already.
Yeah, and also like I don't know, like Coachella, the owner, he fucking puts money into like all these like Republican ass parties that are like anti-gay and all this other stuff, but all you bitches be flocking over there paying hella money just for an Instagram picture.
Yep.
Like that shit's crazy to me, you know? It's the same as the Barbie thing. Like Mattel's just this big ass corporation run by white dudes, and you guys flocked over there and then gonna buy your kids these things, so and then it like circles back to like, you know, like it's like this it's like a replay of what just happened to us in the 90s, you know? But hey, I'm just a dumb guy, right? Oh man, yeah, I'm on a fucking sick one today, dude.
That's dope.
But fucking like speaking of like kind of like down things, right? And this is like a moment where I'm like not trying to make light of any situation, but I forget his real name, and this is fucked up. But Fez from Euphoria, he like over the weekend.
Angus Cloud, right?
Angus Cloud, yeah, thank you. He's a Bay Area resident too. He's from Oakland, and which is really cool because so is Zendaya, you know. So like that's why like I really like that like dynamic because you can I don't like in a lot of ways I feel like he was like us in some ways, and then like you know how like we had like that one white girlfriend like who shouldn't be hanging out with us but fucks with us.
Yeah.
That's Zendaya to him, you know. So like I've related to them, like you don't understand me fully but you want to, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But his from the information I have gathered, which is not like you know, maybe the most reliable sources. Shout out Twitter, aka X. But like his father passed away 2 weeks prior or something like that.
Yeah, I heard that.
And then he unfortunately passed away over the weekend, and like it's just crazy to think that like how like you really need to do checkup on your homies, you know, like type shit. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure like the people around him who knew when his father passed, because I didn't know about his father passing until this news came out, right? So like maybe not a lot of people knew or whatever, but like still, if you got someone's number, fucking hit them up, you know, like just be like, yo, well, like what's up, like how you doing, you like type shit.
Yeah, that's tough, dude. Like, I was thinking about his mom. I was like, damn, this must be so hard.
Losing
like,
the two men in your life.
yeah.
No, I mean, I also don't know if he has any siblings or anything, but like, still, like, not for nothing, like, I think he was the breadwinner at that point.
Yeah, he seemed like a cool ass dude, though.
Yeah, and like, and also it just for me, also it hits home obviously because he's from the Bay.
Did they say cause or was it suicide?
It was
He overdosed, right?
he unalived himself.
I was like, we're not supposed to say that.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy because, don't get me wrong, I think at any given point you've known someone who's thought about doing something.
Yeah.
Right. Even just the thought. Right. But and then we probably know so many more people who've like really thought about it. You know.
Maybe tried it.
Yeah, maybe even attempted it. And it's just like, dude, like that's crazy. And like we can put the suicide hotline right here, and everything. And like, yeah, dude, like it's crazy. That's why I go to therapy. Like, dude, trust me, I'm a crazy person. I'm in my feels. I'm in my bag so often, and sometimes my bag fucking jumbles up, and I lose track of where I'm at. You know, and that's just crazy. And like, it sucks because I'm pretty sure they wrapped the new season of Euphoria, so we're gonna see him on screen.
Damn.
I think I'm not even 100% sure on that.
I'm sure they did most of it. there might be like maybe some reshoots that they had to
Yeah.
do, but I'm bet you he's gonna be in majority of it. I'm sure.
Like that's just crazy. Yeah. That I don't know why it like. I think also
He was young too, so maybe
he
that's why.
was hella young and like and
Yeah,
once
they're
again,
saying this one's really affecting the younger generation. Like
Yeah.
because
'Cause
how his age was and how he was a big impact for like this younger.
he's kind of
generation.
like the actor Juice, like the actor version of Juice WRLD, if that makes sense. Like everyone knew he was about it. Like no one was unaware that he wasn't like doing shit, but also like he was. What he was doing in his craft was at such a high level. People were like, well, like he's managing, right?
No, he was
You
dope,
know?
Yeah.
And like that's the sad part is when like you see people like managing, quote unquote, and then some shit, and maybe even was an accident, you know? Like I don't know, I wasn't there. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't
Be an
know.
accident.
You know?
I can only imagine how crazy it
Makes
is
their own
to like
things.
all of a sudden make it like that, and like
Because this
Maybe you're
was
not
his
ready,
first
you know?
gig
Yeah,
apparently.
like
It was like
maybe-
from what I
yeah.
gathered from interviews and such. This Euphoria was his first acting gig.
he was a.
Like that's crazy.
Is it true he was a server and he
That's
like
crazy.
he was like he was like a waiter or something. He
I think
served
he was
the-
like
the
working like a
director
service
or
job.
someone, and like he like left a good impression, so they like
Yeah,
called him up or
Yeah,
something.
to do a audition and shit. But yeah, that shit was crazy. And once again, I don't know if any of this information, how much of this information is true. I know the main bits are true, but yeah, I've once again heard this on Twitter, which is now X, right? And like to kind of switch up the conversation a little bit, fucking like what X is like X. In some ways, this is a real bad analogy coming from like what we were just talking about, but like in a lot of ways, like what X is doing, it's like it's kind of it created a dead name. I thankfully I thought about that before what I was about to say, but it created a dead name, which is what people who are transitioning, like what they used to be called or what their like birth name was given to who they are now. That's their dead name, and that's what Twitter's doing right now. So like if you like go and click the Twitter app, fucking it shows the bird and then immediately shows the X. So it's kind of like it like to me visually as a dumb crazy person, I'm like oh, you killed Twitter, right? Like with an X and all this
X
shit.
that motherfucker
Yeah,
out.
you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, that's kind of like me. I'm like, that's kind of tight, you know? Especially hearing from like all these like random what are they fucking called? Fucking reporters and shit.
So
Outlets.
it's really called X now?
Yeah,
It's not Twitter
just X.
anymore?
Like when you go
So then,
and
like-
you can type Twitter on Google and it'll take you to X.
So but I just feel like that defeats the whole like, oh, I'm gonna go send this tweet. Like, or
Yeah.
do you see that tweet? So now it's like, do you
I'm
keep
gonna go send this X.
Yeah, it's like that. Does that sound the same?
Yeah.
Do they hit the same?
But well, what
this
they're
him
trying to
wanting to
do,
reset?
right? Instead of it being a caption based type of thing, they're trying to do what China does with WeChat. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it has like your central banking. It has you can post like Instagram, you can tweet like Twitter, you can do everything. You can buy things from 7-Eleven. You can do all these things on this one app, and that's what Twitter's trying to do, but for the U.S. And
That's pretty
it's gonna
smart.
be fucking crazy, to be completely honest, because at that point I don't see why or how Instagram and Twitter won't just merge.
Well, honestly, I mean, I haven't used Twitter in like 2 years.
Right.
But I fuck with Instagram. It's like probably my favorite, I'd say. Like
Yeah.
the one I use the most. I know a lot of people use TikTok, but I mean, essentially everything has like its own little real shit. Like
Yeah.
YouTube Shorts, like you
Yeah.
can get lost on that too. But I don't know. Instagram just I've been using it since fucking like what 2014.
Straight up.
So it's
No,
like
2012.
since it started, you feel me? So,
I remember my first post was the Odd Future concert.
Dyson said me getting locked. Oh, me getting fucking.
Nah. That was a couple weeks later.
Yeah, it's classic. I remember I got mad at you for posting it. Now I
Well,
look
don't
back
get
and I'm like,
fucking put in handcuffs.
fuck you. I was like, bro, you took a picture?
and posted it, dude.
Like,
Hell yeah, dude.
My mom sees that shit, she like,
Dude,
my ass.
dude, that shit was so fucking funny, dude.
For some papers, bro. For some rolling papers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was for the
Yeah.
papers that time.
Yeah.
That's hella stupid.
Dude, yeah. Fucking 2012, 13.
Can't even
Wild
have
times,
papers,
man.
though.
You're gonna bring this up, but what are your thoughts on the Travis Scott album?
I have mixed emotions about it. I know Travis Scott is Kanye West's little puppet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's cool. Cause like regardless, even before he met Kanye, he was making that type of sound. But it's the same way that like Pharrell found the Neptunes. And it's just like you know what beats are gonna hit and you know what's gonna work for a festival sound, an arena sound.
Yeah.
So it's like a kind of like a cheat code, which is what like TikTok people are doing now, right? Artists are just making fucking loud things in hopes that one cracks, and then the rest of them they can do on stage. Like that's literally the formula now. You know, you have to make that big festival sound, or else like you're not gonna make it. You know, which is crazy. But that's how people consume music. They go to these festivals, they go to these shows, they get told by a friend, and then they start listening.
Well, yeah. To be fair, Travis is like a crazy ass performer.
Right.
I was excited to see his fucking show at the pyramids. That shit sounded like it was gonna be crazy.
I knew
bruh.
that was never gonna happen.
But I'm like,
I knew,
dude. But I was like, wait, like, obviously you gotta have a crazy stage. Like, you just dropped your fucking like album. You gotta like go all out. But yeah, like I was just like, I haven't seen like a big stage like that built over there.
I mean, I think like the X Games have done stuff there. They like jumped over the pyramid or some bullshit, something crazy. I don't know, but I know the X Games have done shit there, and like things do happen there.
Yeah,
but I knew it wasn't a fucking Travis Scott concert.
That sounds insane,
like,
man.
you're like, dude, and also like, who's gonna go? Fucking all these influencers. Who can afford to go? You know, like we weren't gonna go. Like the real fans who actually like this shit.
I was taking the shit on and I was on YouTube
Trying to fucking
Shorts.
win a ticket?
No. I was on YouTube Shorts and I seen some fucking dude sold his house to buy a ticket to go
to go to a concert that
to
got
Travis
canceled.
Scott. I'm sure he has a backup plan,
Oh, for
hopefully,
sure.
but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, if I had the money, it'd be sick, but I ain't even like worried about like.
Yeah, no, the experience itself would have been fucking
Yeah.
crazy because that album once again is, it's Yeezus, it's and a little bit of Life of Pablo.
Yeah.
You know, it's those years of Kanye, which is cool. To hear it from a different perspective, it's like the real album that I would want is the Cudi on Kanye beats. Like that's the album I want to listen to. I don't really want to hear Travis just yell at me, and
Well,
like,
to be fair, it grew on
and
me.
he be spitting on some of them, but like,
it grew on me. Like,
yeah,
the first listen, I was like after the Drake feature, I was like, okay, it started getting better. But then I listened to it again, and I'm like, all right, the first couple songs, like, I don't know if I'd play them with the homies and shit like that, but like,
I had a workout, dude.
like My Eyes,
yeah.
I'm like, all right, dude, you for sure are just like channeling like some Frank Ocean like kind of sound, you know, playing with your voice like that and all that, which is dope.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, essentially, you know, everyone's like influenced by someone.
yeah.
But
I just think again, it's just like the sound itself, right? Just sonically with the instruments is too close to that album that I experienced live with Mauricio. I went with him to go see it at Oracle.
Yeah, with Kendrick and Kanye.
Kendrick opened up and then Kanye was there.
That's insane.
Like and like literally, I was just like
insane.
like listening to that. I was just like, I know all the like I was just like, what am I? I'm just listening to Yeezus right now.
Well, yeah, I'm sure fucking I Am a God is like when you heard I forgot what the name of the song is, but
It's not Modern Hit, right?
it's called like modern something,
right? Yeah.
He's got some. There's a lot of dope moments in the album though.
It's a like what fast 15, 16 tracks or something like
the
that.
features are dope. Like SZA did her shit. Future did her
I kind of like
did her
that.
shit.
I like that shit where like artists don't put the feature on the title, because then it like makes you search a little bit.
Did he start that shit?
Nah, hell no.
Because I know he did that before on like his debut album. He
did that on Goosebumps.
Yeah,
Birds in the
yeah, he did,
yeah.
which is dope because you have to listen through it all the way through,
right?
And like for an album, it's almost like a movie in terms of like, I fucking love it when the fucking song ends, but you can't tell because it goes perfectly into the next song.
Yeah,
like
dude. Also with
Spotify,
what I love about Spotify is that it allows you to, bring up the next song 5 seconds in.
Yeah, it like merges them.
Yeah. So I'm like,
you
oh,
feel
dude,
like
it's
you're
fucking
at the
crazy. Yeah, it's fucking sick. Shout out to Spotify, dude.
Sick.
Fucking sponsor us, you bitches.
Yeah, Spotify's dope. I have Apple Music too, but I use Spotify.
Yeah. I don't, dude. Yeah, I just got Apple TV. Only, dude, I copped out. I fucking bought the MLS pack.
Same here, bro. And I'm Ronaldo all day,
Dude,
feel
like,
me? I'm like, damn, Messi really doing it?
Dude, I bought that shit. I was like, dude, I regret this, but also like, right now.
Did you buy the year or are you doing the month?
The month, just the month.
Same.
Just to see.
But I'm just like, fuck, I should have just done the year because I think about it, I'm like, I'm gonna forget about this fucking subscription, and then they're just gonna be hitting me for the 15 or 16 that it is.
Yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. Cause dude, fucking Apple, man, they're smart people out there. Cause you have to get Apple like as a membership, just in general, and then you have to get the. They hit you double, dude.
I know the exact moment they got you. They sent you that catch Messi in action today, huh?
No, Chivas was playing on League,
okay,
so and then all of a sudden the game got thundered out, and I was just like, what the fuck?
They have them on. They have Chivas on there.
They have the Leagues Cup.
Oh, okay, because I know Peacock has Chivas games too. I fucking hate that shit. I wish like they had like every league in one because I'm paying for fucking Paramount Plus just for Champions League, bruh. But they got the
Champions League.
Well, I mean they got the Italian league and shit too. But I don't really. Care
honestly.
that.
I don't even be watching
soccer like that.
No. I don't. I'm like just Premier League for the most part.
Yeah, Premier League's the shit.
And I'm trying to get back into the Liga MX just because, like, I don't know. I don't like, dude, lately, I don't know if it's just me or, like, whatever, but there's been, like, a fun little, like, bubbling of, like Mexican pride again.
Well, these motherfuckers won the Gold Cup, which is, like...
But not just in sports, like
just
like people listening to like Peso Pluma
and
like all this other
we're
shit.
fucking popping off in music right now.
Like even just like
even Fuerza Regida's popping off.
Like
too.
they're
about to perform this weekend too, I think.
Yeah, here in San Jose, right?
Yeah,
at the convention center.
Yeah, I was trying to go,
dude,
but I look at this tickets and I'm like, fuck.
They're like $200, right?
$200 for that.
Yeah, and then plus drinks that are hella expensive,
exactly.
and the parking is like $80 in San Jose when like Mexicans play. But when there's a rave, it's $40. Racism? I don't know. You tell me.
They know we got it though, and like motherfucking for a good time, motherfucking like we get down.
No, yeah,
like we fuck it, bruh.
I do. You know what the one? Oh, this is gonna sound nah. You know what? Nah, like both parties do this, right? But I don't know why like a Mexican brawl is different from like white college kids fighting.
Cause motherfuckers get stabbed.
Holy
shit. That dude was leaking, dude. Shit. And he was hella cut. He was like, I was like, bro, he's trying to wipe it off. Like it's like fucking ketchup
or some shit, dude. That shit was crazy. But that shit
was leaking. Hey, shout out to him for making it though, bro. Cause that shit was sketch. He was just leaking, and then I don't know what the other homie was thinking. And I don't know how the fuck you got a knife in there.
That's what I was. It was at Levi's too.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I've smoked a blunt at Levi's, but a blunt ain't a knife. You know? I'm just like, God.
I remember me. I think it was me and Mauricio. Damn, me and Mauricio have been doing hella shit. Hell yeah, shout out Mauricio. We went to go see Mexico, Chile. Or was that with you?
Nah, I didn't.
No. I think it was.
That was a
Mauricio.
beatdown, huh?
Yeah. It was
7-0?
sad. No. I think that one we lost like 2-1.
Oh, okay.
Like or some shit like that. But it was here at Levi's, and like we snuck in joints and shit, and I was just
I
like,
had 6 smoking at fucking.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck, like
I went to the BET experience in Staples Well, when it was Staples, feel me?
Right.
I don't really like crypto arena.
It's so weird. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
I'm like, bro, this is Kobe's house, and it was Staples when he was here, so it's Staples to me. But
yeah,
I remember I was fucking the BT Experience, crazy ass lineup, but I was on fucking acid, smoking a blunt, and I remember just looking up and seeing the banners and just being like, dude, this is fucking crazy. Like, we only smoked one blunt because they were like, hey, you can't smoke anymore. But I was just like, fuck, dude, like, motherfuckers really won trophies right here. All those fucking names, damn, that's crazy.
That's
yeah, fucking at the Kanye concert, we also smoked joints. It was me and Mauricio, and fucking, like, some guy was asking, like, can I hit that? And, like, I don't know why I was being hella corny and, like, said nah. Because it was some
COVID,
random,
bro.
you know?
Pre-COVID, but
you
COVID.
know, like, yeah, I was like,
Maybe
what
he
the
looked
fuck?
grimy.
Yeah, he was just like, it was like, he was just fucked up, right? And then, like, literally, I was like, nah, and I hit it a couple times. And then, literally, like, a couple seconds later, so the security guard comes, he's like, you need to put that out or you're going to get kicked out. And I was just like, oh, man, dude, that's my karma, immediate karma for not sharing. But yeah, that's my fucking story at work.
Dude, I feel like they be hating when you sit nosebleeds and shit at concerts.
And
like,
it's like,
they be
dude, I
acting
got the
hard
worst
ass.
fucking
Yeah.
seats. Like, let me party a little bit. Like, what the fuck?
Because
Like,
when you're in the fucking general admission, they don't give a fuck.
that's I mean, but that's the luxury of, you know, like being able to afford that shit, right?
Well, dude, honestly, sometimes you just get lucky. Like at Oracle.
Yeah, you sneak
Like,
in
No, I didn't sneak in, but
or not sneak in, but like sneak down.
last time Cuddy was there, like I went with like 3 homies, and I had 2 tickets, and the other people didn't buy their tickets, and I was like, I'll spot y'all. But I tried to buy tickets on like different apps, and like they were asking for too much, and we're like, let's try the box office film and see if they have tickets. And I was able to get floor tickets cheaper than the ones I bought online. So I was like, here, y'all motherfuckers can go up there. I'm gonna go on the motherfucking floor.
Dude, yeah.
And it was just sick. I mean,
That's what happened.
that
with,
arena's dope.
Yeah, that's what happened with like Mauricio. Like his brother found a ticket to go down, so and then he had an extra ticket, and Mauricio was just like, well, like, just buy the weed and we're good.
Yeah.
And I was like, $60 on
Yeah.
weed, and we're not even gonna smoke it all. I know that. like,
Yeah, shout out Jose. He's a cool ass
dude. Yeah, he's fucking sick. Honestly, he was one of those brothers that kind of like intimidated me. Because like he was so creative, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like he was just like
talk too much, but I sure as hell try to dress like him and shit.
yeah, dude. I mean, like yeah, dude. He like I don't know. He was like always like was like a step ahead of everyone else, which is crazy. But yeah, shout out to him. He's in New York right now.
Yeah, he put music on like my first iPod, like the little. I think it's a Nano. It didn't even have a screen. Just like it's like when the headphones that said the song you were
like
listening
shuffle
to just
or
came
something.
out.
Oh,
Shuffle,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know what song was playing. So I obviously had to listen to every song almost.
Right.
But he's like the one that put me on to like J. Cole, like and his mixtapes, you know, like and fucking Kanye West, like Graduation and shit, like.
Yeah.
That
It was
shit
weird.
was
I
dope.
ran into Diego, and he was telling me how much of like me, you, and Mauricio were like an impact on him.
Yeah. Was he drunk?
Did we just come from Molly's? Yeah, of course. Yeah. Fucking yeah, it was crazy. But he was just like, oh, dude, like, nah, what you guys did, like, it was crazy. And I was like, dude, well, we did for maybe you, but we didn't do it for everyone else, you know? Like, it was crazy.
No, well, that whole soccer team was dope. Like,
Yeah, for
think,
sure.
Like, I don't know, we were just like almost like a little gang, positive gang, feel me?
People of the community. People of the community. You know? Yeah, we were definitely, yeah, it was fun. It was fun because, like, I forgot some stories and he was just telling me hella shit.
I mean, he lived fucking downstairs from me, so
yeah, that was
we'd
like
hit him up
that
all
was
the
my
time.
little bro. Like, literally to the point where he was telling me this story that I completely, like, I don't know why I kind of, like, forgot about it or whatever. But we were at Mongolian, obviously, you know, eating, munching, blah blah blah. And we were yeah, back in the day, yeah, back when fucking cheesy bread was 4 or 3.
Dude.
Like, dude, fuck that. But we were at Mongolian. We were sitting outside, and then this dude pulled up and like kind of checked Diego, right? Like kind of like, hey, dude, like yada yada yada, like X, Y, and Z. And Diego's in 8th grade. You know, I'm in high school. You know, and fucking Diego, like I knew said guy and like fucking went up to him. I'm like, hey dude, like for real, like I respect you and I love you and all this shit. But like whatever beef you have or like all this shit. And like Diego reminded me of this like story of like how I kind of like negated a problem. And I was like, dude, it was just so like he was just like, dude, like you don't even understand. Like, you know how like in sororities and fraternities they have like a big, you know, or whatever. He was like, you were like my big, like even before I went to high school. Like, I was like, dude, that's fucking sick, dude. Hell yeah. But yeah, he was gonna get his ass beat. Dude, fucking Diego. Yeah, yeah, dude, that was a fucking hilarious person. I was gonna bring him today.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Damn, we should get him in here for sure.
That would be hella fun.
I like every time I like run into him and smoke with him.
He like honestly
takes like one bong rip an hour, but cause he mokes, bruh. Fucking mokers, they just like fucking be dying and shit.
Turn green and shit, start sweating. You're like, dog, you okay?
Yeah, bro, you good, dog?
Yeah. But as for us guys, we're gonna wrap it up. You guys can find me at George.Daniel __. I'm gonna be at Chug Pub in SF. It's literally 2 blocks away from the exit of Outside Lands, so catch us there all 3 nights. Shout out to Fabian, aka Disc, change your name. And yeah, like it's gonna be fucking so much fun. You guys can go in my bio and check out all the links and everything to get an RSVP. It's gonna be crazy. It's a place that holds 100 people, and we get like maybe like 250 in there, you know, and it's fucking crazy. People are jumping in and out of windows. It's a good time. So yeah, pull up if you guys can. And yeah, you guys can also follow Meraki and all those events at Meraki.events. And you can go and catch Lex. She's playing. Shout out Lex. She's opening up for San Pancho in Sacramento for the warm up. And that's fucking sick. Direct support. Fucking shout out you. You're killing it. Love you. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us. You
can find me at Kid_Sesh. SCSH in case you need help spelling that. But yeah, it was a pleasure being here, and we'll look forward to hopefully being here more. Feel me?
Hell yeah,
dude.
Matt, do you want to shout out your podcast?
Yeah, High Times with Matt. I'm gonna drop another episode probably like tomorrow, and then yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Once again, guys, we love you and peace.
Yep. Good night.